Hello. I am going to be going over our October budget. This is all a new process for us. I know I told you we were doing the Dave Ramsey plan. We weren't completely following the zero-based budget or the every dollar budget. We were basically in the past taking $250 for each of us and doing whatever we needed to do every paycheck. So for 2 weeks, we would each get $250 and we would get our food and buy our clothes and all of the things that are over here in our budgeted monthly expenses would come out of that $250. So that was just not working for us anymore. It started us off on a good foot, but I think in the end, it was just not going to do what we needed it to do. In our costs, in such as preschool costs, those raised. We were paying $400 a month, and now that's an extra $180 that we're paying each month. So that kind of got us, and just some lowered income due to not working a certain day of the week that you would normally get paid more, and that sort of thing. So I really buckled down and said, what is the point of us trying to make this into something that is our own if it's working for everyone else to do it the way that Dave says to do it? So I'm just going to go over with you our October budget. So starting off, we'll pay $904 in October for rent, and our rent does include water and gas. Then we also have that mortgage payment, which I talked to you about in my first video. So I married my husband after he had already bought a house, and the house is much too small for us to live in together, and especially now with a child. So we have a mortgage payment and a rent payment. You probably are wondering, why don't we just sell the house? Well, the house is unsellable at this moment. It is filled with mold, and it needs a lot of work. And that work is not something we're willing to do at the moment. We don't really have the time, nor do we have the money to put into it, and especially with as little as this house is worth, there's only $18,902 left on the mortgage. It's just not worth it for us to put in like $10,000 for a house that is probably going to end up being appraised at like $20,000 at the end of it all. So I think we just kind of have to say that's our stupid tax, as Dave would say. So there we go. Our car loan is $263.83. That always stays the same. And Progressive insurance, that's our renter's insurance and our car insurance on both of our cars. So that's pretty darn good. I always thought we got a really good deal on our insurance. Let me know if that's a good deal or if that's pretty average. I could just be making that up. We pay $156 for our AT&T bill, $95 for internet and cable. Where we live in our apartment, they do give us basic cable for free. So most of that payment right there is internet, but we paid just a little extra to get the cable box and that sort of thing, just because we already have basic cable for free, so might as well. It was only like $20. Our preschool expenses for the month will be $580 because we pay them $290 every paycheck. Ugh, I don't know how people do it with multiple children. And then we have our electric bill is $275. It'll be around there anyways. I just don't know why we have such a high electric bill. We live in a townhome. It's maybe 1,000 square feet, 2-bedroom. There's no reason it should be that much. We do pay $50 a month for our daughter's dance class. We each have a Planet Fitness gym membership. That's $10 a month each. We do subscribe to Hulu and Netflix, so $11.99 and $9.99. Then getting into our debt, we have a student loan payment of $157.97. That will always be the same. And another student loan payment of $123.99. That's always the same as well. $100 goes towards a personal loan, which is actually a car loan that we just transferred from being a car loan into a personal loan because we needed to sell the car. It was not running anymore, and we didn't want to put the money into making it run again, so we wanted to sell it. Then we have our credit card payment is $128.56. We do have 2 Bill Me Laters, which I don't know if you know what that is, but that's a service through PayPal. It's like a line of credit with them. Of course, I got those when we were planning our wedding, and I'm like, oh, no big deal. We'll put it all on the PayPal credit. It was a very low interest rate at the time, and then the interest went way, way, way up after a year, I believe. And these payments used to be very small, and they're not bad now, but I remember they skyrocketed one month and I lost it. You just never know if you don't read that small print what you're getting into whenever you get a credit card. Then we have two. Well, let me explain this. So Capital One 2, that one is a credit card that we still have a balance on. This other Capital One 1 is a credit card that we use only to pay for my husband's tuition, but he gets a tuition reimbursement from his work. And so after we pay for that, then they send us a check and we just pay off the credit card every time. So I don't really count that, but there's usually a $20 minimum payment after we pay for his tuition because it takes his job to a little bit longer to reimburse us for the tuition, and so we end up having to pay that $20 minimum. So I think that will be due in October. Okay, so that brings our total to $3,363, and as you can see, we bring home about $5,185 in our monthly income, and that leaves us with $1,821 to put into all these categories. So gas, we usually are at about $150 a month on gas. Now this is a whole new thing that I'm super excited about. We used to do our groceries separate. We would each go to the grocery store, get what we wanted to eat, all that kind of stuff. I know that's really weird, and most married couples don't do that, but that's what was working for us at the time. I just don't think it's working anymore. So we're going to budget $400 in that category. And household items would be anything from paper plates to toilet paper, shampoo, all that kind of stuff. We're going to do $100 there. For clothing, we're going to do $75. Pocket money, so this will just be $50 each paycheck for us to spend on whatever miscellaneous thing comes up. So I'm just going to put $200 in there for the month. Fast food and restaurant, we're going to do $150. I had a freak out and thought we had bed bugs, and I called pest control, and they charged me $125 to come out and sniff around in our house just so that they could tell me that we don't have bed bugs. So They took all of our covers off of our beds, flipped over the mattresses, made a big old mess, charged us $125 and said, see ya. But that bill will be coming up soon. And then I have a medical bill that should be coming soon. I don't know exactly how much it's going to be, but I'm estimating $100. Let's see. Okay, so haircuts. We each need a haircut pretty badly, so I'm going to go ahead and put 70 in for that. My mom's birthday is this month. Happy birthday, Mama. I'm just going to say 50 for her birthday. I never know how much I'm going to spend, but that'll be safe. We have a fall festival every year here, and we love to go to the fall festival, and it's a week-long festival, and we go multiple times throughout the week, and we just stuff our faces with the most delicious food in the world. I can't wait for it every year. It's like my Christmas. It's like Disney World for me. I know that's silly, but it's kind of true. And kind of embarrassing at the same time. So anyways, $150 there. That's going to be the first full week in October that we get to go and do that. And I might do some vlogging while I'm there and show you guys around. So Halloween costume for my daughter, and then Halloween candy and all that kind of stuff is coming. So I'm going to put 50 in for that. And that brings our total to... $1,620, and then that leaves us with $201.88, and that's what we'll put towards our debt snowball. So hopefully this is going to really help us to stay on track with our budget this month, and now we will feel like we have permission to spend money, like Dave always says. I never quite understood that until I started putting things into categories, and I'm like, oh, that makes a lot more sense than I initially expected it to. And he said, well, you'll feel like you got a raise, and this whole time I'm just like, no, because I'm supposed to take that $250 every paycheck by myself and go and fill in for all of these categories, get our groceries, go have dinner out someday, go get a haircut, go do all this. So anyways, I think it's going to work out better for us, and I will be checking in at the end of the month to let you know how it all went, and hopefully we can stay within our budget and make this work better for us. So anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later.